record it for anybody that wants to see this a little later. But yeah, it's just a little quick market overview. So well, before I erase all of this, for at least 2 minutes, I'll just go over to the 5-minute time frame and just talk about the watch list that I put out, right? So just coming over when the market had opened right around here at 9:30, and I'm gonna just run through it. I made everybody aware that this blue line right here was the 50% retracement, right? Let me give you a visual of the weekly candle of last week's. Oh, I'm sorry, I did it off of, I forgot which one I did it off of, but it's on here. I forgot which one I did it off. This is an old one of a 50% retracement, but I know I was doing it actually on live with you guys, but I know that that was like 50% of it. So long story short, let me just take you back to the 5-minute. I was aware. Oh, I'm sorry, it was off of the monthly candle, I believe. I just want to give you a clear visual. So yeah, that, I'm sorry, yeah. No, it wasn't. I can't remember right now. That's why I always chart and just color coordinate them so I don't forget. So right here was the 50% retracement rule, right? Not rule, but the 50% retracement to the candle. So you can see at 9:30 when we came out, we came to test it, right? And then we quickly came down here to almost test this range. And so you guys can see I had my alerts set, right? For, oops, I'm in the wrong place. I have my alerts set for us to not get stopped out our trades, right? So as you see, my white lines, and I was on the wrong one, I apologize. My white lines, it triggered, right? And you can see the white lines was for the call entry and the other white line on the bottom was for the put entry. You can see that we didn't trigger it at all, right? That was all pre-market. When the market came down, that would have been your stop loss, regardless of the fact if this was your call entry. When you're using my chart, since I'm going with the strat, you automatically, and I have it posted there saying if you take the call entry, the put will be your stop loss and vice versa, versus if you take the put entry, the call will be your stop loss. So you never would have got stopped out this trade. The only way you would have got stopped out is once you would have started trailing your stop loss up, right? So I gave an entry from 410.81 that took us all the way, right, to that's right now what's happening, but took us all the way basically to 414, right? And we didn't complete the full gap, right? Because the gap was from this yellow line to this yellow line, but I had a feeling that that was going to happen. And that's why I always find a level. There wasn't a target in here, but I always find a level, and I could just take you so you guys can see. And all we have to do, and that's why I like to use the horizontal rays, because they're going to stop exactly where you're going to have them, right? So this is where I saw the gap, right? These are all, I'll talk about these purple lines here in a second, right? Because I had put them on there after the fact because I had missed those targets. But as soon as we got to approaching the gap fill, you see we had these targets within that gap, right? And there are targets, but those are also pre-market and aftermarket levels, right? So I knew, I don't want to say I knew, I just wanted one of those targets because it wasn't, I didn't feel like it was.
I'm going to make the appointment. I'm on the Zoom.
Yeah, she on Zoom, bro. But long story short, I didn't want to take out, not take out, I didn't want to grab every single one of those targets, and it was like little small gaps. So I just went ahead and took, wanted to cover the gap fill, right? From yellow to yellow, right? And just found one target. So when we go back, if you would have took that call, you would have did very, very good, right? Percentage and money wise, and would have never got stopped out your trade. And these were all the targets. So you can understand now these became levels, right? These lines that you see that hasn't been touched, these are called targets. These are still take profit zones, right? Now that you see all these lines right here, that you see candles going through them, they're just levels now, right? They will respect these levels, but they're not targets, right? And it's because candles are going through them. Those targets already been taken out, and I had got these targets from over here. As you can see, these candles, as soon as the call entry came through, boom, it went through. It just came back to the call entry. And you would have been down a little bit, but if you would have held, you would have been doing fine like I did, right? So long story short, let's go ahead and delete all these lines. Well, I'll just delete them all. I'll because some of these, one thing that I don't like to delete all of them is because like these, look, and I'll just show you. It'll take me some time, but I'll do it slowly. These right here, I'm gonna delete. Oh, dang, I forgot to talk about this. I'll be moving too fast. So these purple lines, as we were going up right here, right? These two purple lines, they were targets that I missed, right? But I was thinking that we were gonna take out these targets and possibly take out, and we did, these targets right here and double top and come down, right? So I was gonna wait to see what was gonna happen, but me seeing the price action, I seen that, oh no, we're gonna continue to run today. So that's why I went ahead and got these purple targets, because I was like, we may get to the gap fill, but 9 times out of 10, if we get to that gap fill, we may cover some of that gap, but it may not cover the whole entire gap just because the market is about to close soon, right? So that's why I went ahead and gave out those levels right there. And you can go to Moody's channel and you'll see that. Let me scroll up real quick. Look, purple lines, new targets, that's where it was. I let people know that it was on a continuation and not reversal, 212 continuation on SPY. That's why I was like, the levels, man, the levels. And I said, purple lines, new targets, because I understood that I could tell you a price, but it also may confuse somebody or just throw somebody off waiting for that price, not knowing what to do. So I just put it on my chart. And since it wasn't there, I just went ahead and put it there and set my alerts to be able to take my profits myself, right? But long story short, I'm just trying to break down that so you can understand my chart just a little better for the guy that doesn't. Let's get back to the daily. So when I was mentioning I didn't want to delete all the lines that I don't want to delete are like the lines that you see that don't have any candles going through them. These are just levels, and I'm gonna see these levels with my eyes, right? So I'm not really worried about none of these right here. All of these I'll keep because they haven't been touched. These down here I would delete as well. Let me go ahead and mute this person. I don't even know how I'm echoing over there. All right, these right here, I'm gonna delete because they've already been taken out, their levels, but this one candle right here, I'm gonna be able to take the correct targets now. I don't need the levels because I'll take the correct targets coming back down when it wants to come back down, right? So delete those. This was entries and put entries. That's the 50 retracement. We're gonna keep it there, right? Because we know that we could come back and bounce. And like I said, remember, and like I believe it was like last week, I said, we're just gonna experience this. We may experience this in a higher range, right? And see if we come back down or break back up. But right now there's no reversal to the downside. Yep, we're gonna keep all of these. This is white, it's supposed to be green. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Reverse, there we go. All right, and all of these, I'll just keep them there just so I don't have to rechart it. And the reason why, the white line I could delete, and this is when it was my puts, that never got triggered either yesterday. I'm trying to drag this up. The Zoom little thing is in my way. There we go. All right, so cool. Now that I got this area clean, that's all I really care about because I need these targets still. So one of the first things that I would say I would do, and I'm gonna do it pretty quickly, is I want to just see the range. I'll normally always do this. I meant to put those white so I don't get confused. And it's always a good practice to color coordinate your chart. And if anybody has any questions on what I'm doing, feel free to ask. Let me go ahead and mute you, my boy. There we go. Ask me. Now that I got that range, I'm gonna just run over to my weekly just to see how we're moving. I love it, right? we already had triggered on Monday to up, right? But now I'm able to show you, this is why I want to start doing like market review overviews. Now you're able to see, right? This is just price action and the chart mirrors itself. You see this long candle, that's that long candle. You see this candle, that's this candle is forming, right? We just don't want to lose we don't want to lose momentum and volume, right? So me just looking at this makes me, oh, that's what I wanted to say, is to help you guys understand triggers, right? And multiple time frame analysis, where we can be playing the daily, right? And just looking at the daily and down. And soon as you would have seen this reversal to the downside, you would have been like, oh, SPY has reversed, right? But that's just a pullback. And the reason I know that that's a pullback is because if you take it over to the weekly, I'm two up, but then it just would have been inside of this range, like the previous candle's range, right? But I'm still two up. I didn't go two down on a bigger time frame, right? So that's one thing you have
So
to
that's
keep.
why Moody.
Yeah.
Moody. So that's why it's good to look at different time frames, just so you don't get faked out or something.
That too. Or
Oh, okay.
so you don't get faked out, and also so you can know to stay in your trade or get out your trade, because you'll see a reversal or you won't see a reversal. Like say if we're going long and say you got time on your contracts, even though the daily reverse, but you got 2 months on your contract, that doesn't mean to get out. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it reversed on a daily and now it's triggering on also about not triggering the weekly, but you see it passes 50% retracement on a weekly, 9 times out of 10, this will go 3-bar, right? I don't want to say 9 times out of 10. It's a good probability that it will go 3-bar, meaning that it will take out its target to the downside, right? So using multiple time frame analysis helps for a lot of different reasons, just not that reason, but way more multiple reasons. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Of course, you're welcome. All right. So now that I got that little range on SPY, I'm gonna automatically just take it to like a 5-minute time frame real quick, and I'm just gonna see it, right? And one thing that you have to understand, even though you did that, that's all of these candles is just one candle, right? So all you're seeing is the low to the high and seeing how it ranged, right? Once I do that, I also look and be like, okay, look at how it ranged yesterday, right? From this low to this high, right? Let me just chart it so you can see it, because I see it. I'm gonna remember these blue lines. So I'm gonna have to delete whatever that was. Dang, I didn't mean to do that one. 409. Or it did it on the top movie. So delete that one. Dang, I feel like I deleted the wrong one. Oh, I could see it on my chart. I'll remember. But yeah, me doing that, just look at the candlesticks and how it's breaking up. It's staying like in this range, right? Look at today, how we stay in that range. We break out that range. Yesterday's highs. Once we break out and find some support, keeps going, right? So tomorrow is the same thing when you look at this stuff. It's either going to stay in this range and play like this and go up higher, or it's going to play in this range and break down this range a little bit, find some support to break back over and go higher, right? So it's just about knowing how to read the candlesticks and also your setup, right? Like right now, the setup that is showing is a bear flag, right? But I understand not to go off of this setup because the market's closed. There's dumb money in the market because there's no money in the market right now. The market's closed. So that's why it's doing that, right? Because you could think it's going to bear flag, just like right here, bear flagging. Market's about to open. Guess what? Boom, volume starting to pick up. Pre-market, people starting to trade. Boom, look what's happening, right? So don't let that pattern just trick you out your trade. So long story short, now that we know that range, delete that. Now that you could, I don't know if you're going to be able to identify that range, but I'm identifying the ranges like off this 5-minute chart and just seeing how it arranged. And I'm also going to look down here to see how we'll fall. I still have all of these targets to take out, but now I have more targets in here, right? So I'm not worried about these targets. I just wanted to leave it on the chart. So that's normally what I do. Now that I know that range and I see where it's playing, we also know SPY right now is volatile. Keep in mind, that the direction on SPY right now is 2 up, right? 2 up means that it's bullish. Let me just mute everybody real quick. Mute all. There you go. The direction right now is 2 up. So right now I'm only looking for calls or looking for bounces. And when I say bounces, it's just calls, but trying to buy it at a low, right? Let me see. Now that I got that range, let's go ahead and get us some entries because we already got targets, right? Oh, I'm gonna show you something too. Before I even take it down there, automatically, since I know the range, I don't want to play this range, right? Like waiting for my puts all the way at 410. I may wait for the puts there. It just depends on what the chart starts showing me. This call entry, I don't want to wait, right? So I'm gonna automatically put my call entry at close, right? It's basically like right there where the candles closed at today, right? Post market is right here at this blue line. So I'm gonna take it to like a 4-minute time frame just to start seeing my setups, right? I'm like, all right, cool. I have a 2-1 right here that could possibly be a continuation, or a 2-1-2 to go to the downside. That's all I'm doing when I'm going through the time frame. I'm just reading my setups and seeing what I have. Evening star, right? 2-2 reversal to the downside. So I do see that we can go all the way down there, right? I'm keeping in mind that I'm checking out my RSI, and I just go down on smaller time frames. Now, what I'm seeing off of when we seen that evening star, like this right here, this is one that just didn't fall all the way down. But now I'm seeing a bull flag, right? Pole, flag, breakout. Just like how we're seeing right here, pole, flag, breakout. Pole. This one was just quick. This was a pole, that was a flag. On a smaller time frame, you're going to see a whole bunch of little candles consolidated, right? And then it's going to be one candle that's going to go boom, and it did it again right there. We just keep bull flagging right now, right? So that's what I'm seeing. So now I'm like, all right, I kind of like that for my call entry still, but I'm gonna go to a smaller time frame. And what I'm gonna do is put it like right here. That's kind of still there, but I want it like at the top of this candle. And that's okay. The reason why is because say if I put out this call entry, or even if I take my own call entry, which I will, I know for a fact it'll take me from right here, 1434, automatically right here to the top of this wick to 1568. That's a good move on SPY, right? And I definitely know that we'll go and just go ahead and clean the whole entire gap fill. That's all we need to fill the rest of the gap, right? I feel like we'll be able to take it to 416.14, which is another dollar move, right? That's amazing. Well, not an extra dollar move, but because I think it was what, 1468 or something like that, 63. So that's still a good move. So I'm always looking at how much profits can I make if I was to take this call, because I know I like to trim, right? So if I'm buying a lot of contracts and I know I'm going to trim up here, is this enough profits for me to even say, hey, I'm done trading for the day with me trimming? Yes, that's enough profit for me if my rule is $300 to $500 a day, keeps the 9 to 5 away, right? So that's what you got to keep in mind when also looking at your entries and your exits. Now that I'm seeing the range like this, I'm still going to keep my call there, and I may move it, right? And I'm trying to show this to people because you may just see me take a screenshot and post it and not know exactly what I did, right? So this put entry, I'm taking it off. I'm not using that. I just wanted to know the range, and I wanted to know, like, do you really want to wait down here, Moody? Do you want to wait for the open of the day, right, to go short? Because you can do that, but look at these candlesticks. You can do that and they'll take you down here, right? And possibly if it loses strength and just goes through all these wicks, it'll start taking out some of these targets, right? So let's not play a guessing game, and let's just put ourselves in profits, right? I still got it up there. I'm gonna put it right here, right? And that's not the bottom of the wick. That's gonna be the opening price of this candlestick. I don't know what candlestick this is. When I go down to a smaller time frame, is going to let me know, right? But I also see rejection at that level, right? When I'm looking at these candles, I see boom, it try to go up, it rejected. It's not right there, but it's by that level. I see rejection right there with this wick. We broke out, right? But as soon as we break out, we come back down, try to find support there. But look, it breaks that support and then recovers. I'm just reading the candlesticks, right? Double topped and it came back down. Is not holding above that level too well. This candle found support and held that level, but now it's bull flagging. So that's what the candlesticks are telling me, right? So that's why I'm choosing that one right there, because I'm seeing all this wick and I'm seeing the price action on this wick as well, which is the high of this candle, which is the open of that candle, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So now, if anybody got any questions, you could ask me. Going down to an hour time frame, same thing, still bull flagging, right? Just like how you see it right here, still bull flagging. I still like my put entry, and that's all I do. Literally, I'm like, oh, yep, I still like that for a put entry, because regardless of the fact, if I take this for a put entry, this is my 50% retracement. I'm giving you a put entry, and I'm giving myself a put entry from 411 to 409.48, 411.50 psychological to 409 basically 50, right? So that's a $2
I
move.
have a question.
Huh? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm looking at the hour where it's red and then that DWMQ, that's green. So what is that telling us? It's telling us that the day is like kind of looking a little bearish, and the hour is looking a little bearish, and then the day was looking green, and the week was looking green, and the month was looking green, and the quarterly was looking green.
Yep.
All right, I'm getting it.
Yeah, you're getting it. And now, yeah, you're getting it. Yeah, and I'm learning to, when somebody actually says something that's correct, it doesn't matter if you're using like the terminology that I would like to hear, you're still correct, 100% correct. Now I'll give you a little more. You're welcome. I'll give you a little more details about it. So you're 100% correct. It's looking a little bearish, the hour, right? Why is the hour looking a little bearish? You see these red candles, they're flushing down. But to keep in mind, so you can understand this in full depth, it is red because, excuse me, it is red because we're under the price that, you see the hour still rolling because I have extended hours on. We're under the opening price right here. Oh, look, sorry, excuse me. This candlestick right here, as soon as this candlestick, look at these numbers right here, open and close. Soon as this candlestick goes back to 1413.93, this is going to turn green because it's back over. You know what I'm saying? So this is part of time frame continuity. But what you said is 100% correct. So if you see it green on a day, that means they're buying. That's how I put it in my head. Instead of saying green, they're buying up the day. They're buying up the week. They're buying up the month. They're buying up the quarterly. They're not selling the yearly. We're just down from my yearly high, right? It's like 480 something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you for helping me put that on my chart.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do I also need to put that RSI? What do you use that RSI for? To see if it's overbought and oversold?
Yeah, I use it for exactly that reason.
Why are you laughing? Am I right or am I wrong?
No, I'm laughing because you're right. And then I'm about to tell you like the other reasons I use them. I'm like, dang, she getting it. But yeah, for overbought and oversold. And I use it also for confirmation. On a 1 minute chart, I use it for support and resistance, the oversold and overbought, because that's what it is. And then I use it to time out good breakout trades on the 50 minute, on the 50 mark of the RSI.
Oh, I would like to see that. I would like to see how you use that too.
Yeah, no doubt. I got classes on it. I got you. So coming back, what was I? Oh yeah, just answering that question. So just keep real quick so I could give you some more details about that. Keep that in mind too. You see how you have 45 minutes left on this candlestick, and it's going down. It went 2 down because it broke that level. It just took this target out. When you have stuff like this and you know you got 45 minutes left, 9 times out of 10 is gonna, I would say, take out this target. But me looking at the price action, seeing the tweezer tops right here and the rejection, and seeing this rejection right here and the candle opening here, I feel like it'll come try to take out the opening price of this candle. Because you see how, look at the dotted lines on my chart. Look all the way to the left right here. You see how it's just adding up perfectly? That's price action. So it may bounce from there, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I always say just look to your left, because these candlesticks will give you a full story of what's going to happen, right? So I still like this call entry. right? And let me go ahead because I should be doing, now that I like this call entry, I'm gonna delete this to get the perfect entry. I wanted it off this too, right there. So it's 14, it's 14, 41442. Is that I'm used to saying like 1442 because I already know the first number. And then once I do that, go ahead and take this target and make this green so you can know it's a target, it's not an entry, that the candlestick is going to come up there and take it out. This is too close of a target, but I would have took this one as well, like 1477. But entering your trade at 1414.42, I'll just wait to go ahead and hit 1567, right? But you can find, I'll find some more targets there. So now that I'm using this for a call entry, I already moved my put, right? Because I did have it on daily, have it right here. Now we do price action, right? I want to keep it here because I know that SPY is going to keep moving. So I don't know what's going to be happening through aftermarket. But hold on, I'm about to. You see, look at these lines, this dotted line. Look at this dotted line. Look at the price action. Look at how it's coming closer. So you know it's going to come down here and then it's going to bounce. And these candles will show you that because it came down here and it bounced. Like, look, I just draw a line. Watch how it touches the other candles. Ooh, that was the wrong one. You see? That's why those candles had stopped there too. They took out those targets, bull flag, broke out. That was probably like the RSI. No, it was down here, the RSI. But all right, cool. I'm gonna keep my put right here. Let me look at the price action. If we break this level, we're actually a little late to the party because I see some more rejection. And all I'm doing is looking at the dotted lines. I don't want to move. Look, I'll move my mouse. I'm looking at all of this down here. I'm keeping it on this white line. And I am looking for, look, okay, cool. We stay over that. We go over that. If we could break this line, this is a big flush to come down here. How many times do I see that though? Rejection, rejection, flush back down. Got you. Right here, let's go back over here. Coming down to support, finally breaks it. We come back down. All right, got you. Come back over here, same thing. All right, so I'm using that as my put entry, right? But it may change. And just not to get faked out, let's go ahead and clean this up. And I'm gonna see if I like it. I'm doing it on the 10. You see how I just found my entries on different time frames? That's why I say it just depends on the trader and what you're trying to do. All right, so now that I did that on a 10-minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this over again when you post it.
All right, dang, I like this one better. See, it's just, I gotta remind myself as I'm doing this, the market is closed because my put entry, I want it here, right here, or I want it at the bottom of this one right here. Because I'm looking at all this price action. If we reject this, we're going down to this 50% retracement. So I'm just looking at all this money that we can miss out on. But I know the safer put is gonna be right here. And if I wanna be a little more riskier, since the hourly, understand that. Remember, I just did this on a 10-minute chart. I won't go do this on a smaller time frame. I would, but I know how to trade it. But automatically, I understand I did that on a smaller time frame. So bigger time frame, bigger confirmation. So all I'm doing is just bringing it up to the bottom of that wick or the close. It was the sorry, I meant to put it on the bottom though. On the bottom of this wick to go ahead and come down and take out this wick. Why? Because if it comes down here, that's the opening of, think of, we're doing this for tomorrow. This is the opening of today's candle. So tomorrow we'll be looking at it like the opening of yesterday's candle. So if we come out, we'll take out this wick PMG, right? First of all, this is bearish. If we come take out yesterday's opening, the bears will step in. Then you got a PMG 1, 2, 3, 4, small gap to fill into the 50% retracement. So I'm gonna leave that right there. And you see how I just guided myself. Now that I know that, we got targets for our calls, right? So now we need, and look, I'm on a 30-minute time frame, and I normally will go to a smaller one. Boom, I'm taking that one because I already know that, and I'm gonna find something here. This is what I do. This price is 410.19. This one, a psychological 410. I know it's going to take it out. I'm not going for that target. I could go for 0990. I'll take that one, right? That's let me see. 19, yeah, that's pretty straight. That's cool. And you're going to want to take profits right there. This blue line, just know that you could take profits right there too, because that's the 50% retracement. That's going to be an entry point, right? For bears to get in their trade and take this all the way down to the bottom of the target, right? So I'll go ahead and take that target. And this is a PMG right here. I'll take that target, 408, that's 40 cents, basically, take that. All right, I'll take that one, and I'll take this last one right here. No need to take this one because it's basically the same price. And the reason I say that is because look, as soon as I just got all of these, there's no reason. Look at all of my other targets, domino effect. That's why I didn't want to delete it, because then I end up having to chart. I end up having to rechart all of that, and I already had it because it hasn't been taken out. So now, all I do, once I did that, I go to a good time frame where I can get all of my lines set up. Obviously, I'm on a computer, so it's going to be different. I'm going to take a picture and post this and post it in my channel later on. But you guys are more than welcome to go ahead and take a picture right now and see what's going on. Oh, I need some more targets to the upside. Hold on. If we break this. And see, and that's how easy it is to find targets. You just go to your candles that haven't been taken out. That's a huge, you see that gap right there? That's when you see me draw a yellow line like this. Wow, wow, I know to make those yellow. That's a target. And then you got all of these targets up here, but I'm like, I don't see SPY going all the way up there. Tomorrow will tell me more if we will, but I don't see that happening as of late. And when I see a big gap like this from this target from 419 all the way to 423, all I do is take this candlestick to a smaller time frame, like a 5-minute or a 15-minute, and this candle breaks up because it's one big 45-minute candle. So I'm gonna take it to like a 5-minute. 5-minute or smaller. Why? Because we're on a 45-minute. If I break it down, I'm saying 2 times frame, I'm just gonna get like 2 candles on a 15-minute time frame because that's 30. So I'm gonna get 3 candles. And that's all I do. You know what I'm saying? That was multiple time frame analysis without me going to look. And I'm gonna just show you. And I'm gonna make this one. I'm gonna put it right here. It's not gonna stop on the candle that I needed to stop on. Matter of fact, let's just turn off the magnet. Let's delete that and let's make it stop on these candles. There you go. Turn my magnet back on. Make this color so we can see it. Remember, I said it'd break down to like 3 candles, right? Take it on. If I was to take it to a 15-minute, take it to a 15-minute, 2 or 3 candles. See, there I go second guessing myself. 2 or 3. Oh, delete. All right. That was a 45-minute candle. Let's see how many candlesticks we have right there. 1. Dang, I should have seen what was the price that opened up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Because that was half of the candlestick, remember? So that's going to be the top of the half of the candlestick. And that's going to be the full candlestick all the way down here. When we go to 45-minute, you'll be able to see that. 1 candlestick. See? Like I said, it was the half, so that was going to be the top. Oh no, the top was the green hit. But as you see, you was able to see how it'll break down. But let me go to the chat and let me see what people are saying. My bad. Thank you. You're welcome. What indicator is that? Oh, he's probably talking about the strat. The strat's not an indicator. I'm gonna just start saying it so people don't get confused. The strat is not an indicator. It's just a simple form of trading. But if you want these, what you're seeing, these numbers on here, that's it's still the strat, but it's not an indicator. So how you will want to put that on your chart is going to the indicator section. Funny that you got to go to indicator, right? STRT. And you can use the strat assist or the strat candle open levels. I use the strat candle open levels. And I also have classes on my YouTube and also in the recorded classes that you can go back and see how to utilize it and how to put it on your chart. Which RSI do you use? The RSI, the Relative Strength Index, RSI, right here. relative strength index. You may not know to ask this question. So on my RSI, the style, the way that I use it on my style, I don't use none of the Bollinger Bands or the MAs on it. All I do is I change my settings. It's normally set to 70-30. Mine is set from 75 overbought and 25 at oversold. And I did that because I kept getting faked out and I liked it more this way. All right, so look, that was just a little quick market overview on SPY. Before I jump off of here, does anybody have any questions or has any kind of questions on the chart or something?
I got a question.
What's going on?
Oh.
What's going on? I think you muted yourself again.
Question. When you're looking at this, Moody, are you actually going to trade the SPY tomorrow, or will you pull up the SPDR on there?
Say that one more time.
Are you gonna, when you're looking at this, see how it has the SPDR? Would you actually be trading underneath that, or you would go to use the SPY as your ticker?
Oh, I'm gonna be trading SPY. I'm gonna be trading SPY.
Okay.
Yeah, but even with these levels that I put out, you can use these same levels for well, I wouldn't, no, don't even do that. Because it's the same chart. Like, look, I go to SPX on a 45-minute chart. It's the same chart, but the levels are different. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, no, don't do that. But you can take the numbers like psychologically and go with that. But if you need me to chart something for you, you can let me know too. But
no, that works perfectly. I was just curious. Do you ever use your same charting that you find on this to do the inverse?
Yes.
Are you doing like the VIX or anything like that, using some of these numbers for the VIX, or you'll just chart the VIX separately by itself?
No. If I chart on SPY, I'll trade VIX off of my SPY chart because it's VIX. It's just the volatility.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm gonna focus
But
now.
I'll tell you right now, real quick, VIX is not the inverse of SPY. There's just the volatility of SPY. The inverse of SPY is going to be XPXS. That's the inverse.
XPXX.
Yeah, here, I'll show you.
Okay, thank you.
Futures. Let me pull up SPY right here. Let me split my screen. Let me hide all of this real quick. And I'll take this over to a daily chart just so you can be able to see the inverse. And then this one would be SPXS. Take this over to a daily chart. There you go. This is the inverse of SPY. Can you see it? You see how like all of this that you're seeing is up here.
Yeah, got you.
This is literally, you see how it's running up? Look how it's running down. If you want to short SPY, you can short SPY, but you also short SPSS. If you want to swing SPY, you only, well, I'm not gonna say you only, because you can swing SPY. You just have to have time on your contracts and go a little out the money so the grease could work in your favor. But a rule of thumb, I wouldn't say it's a rule of thumb, but what I like is to swing XPXL or XPSS. Either if I'm going for calls or puts, one of those two, right? The long or the shorts, and then the same thing for QQQ. If I'm going to swing QQQ, I'd rather swing TQQQ or SQQQ.
Moody's, I know you just offered to do a chart. So can you chart Tesla?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Also, Moody, I wanted to ask a question. If I go back, well, I'm gonna be going back to the videos too, but I don't remember you telling us what does it mean when the, because I have the strat on my chart, but what does it mean when it's blue inside the candle?
You will have to go to your settings, right? But I could tell you because I know you didn't do it. When it's mine's, if mine's is blue, that means it's bullish. If yours is blue, that means it's bullish as well.
Well, no, usually it's green. I mean, it's green or red, but then sometimes I see
It's
a
like
blue
this.
candle pop
It's
up,
just
and
like
then
this. It's like this. Look at my screen. You see how this is red and green candles, and then the inside is orange.
yes.
Yeah, this means that it's bearish. There's bears full. There's a lot of bears in this candle. That's what that means. This is on a bigger time frame. If I was to,
Okay, and I see that you have the blue candles. Well, are those blue or those green?
those are green.
Okay. And then I just put the Stratasys on mine, and it ended up turning some candles yellow
Yeah,
and
'cause-
purple inside.
yeah, that's a
What's
different.
that?
That's just a different. That's a different indicator. I don't use that one.
Oh, let me take that off because I thought in one of your videos you said Stratasys too.
You could use that one, but I just don't use that one. The Stratasys. Look, I'm gonna chart this for her real quick. Let me just to answer your first question. Your first question was why is your candle blue? I just scrolled down really fast, but it's going to be under inputs when you go to your settings on strat candle open levels. And when you choose your FTC, you have to choose one of these, right? If you don't choose one, it's just going to give you the full-time frame continuity on your 60 daily, weekly, and monthly. You want to choose one of these that you normally use. I use the 5, but I'll use the 1 minute as well. But you only want to use one of these, right? Of these. This one stays
And
on.
I think you helped me set it up already.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's okay. And then
Oh, blue is bullish, and okay. I'll go check it now and see what we if you did that.
yeah,
Okay.
I normally keep. I think is it like a different color, maybe purple. I normally put it orange. I think this one starts off purple, but I put it orange because it just reminds me of red. Like, hey, slow down, like a stop sign.
Oh, okay.
Not a stop sign, but the traffic light. All right, let me close that out. And then your other question, let me just hide that. It was you're using this. Right.
Yeah, I took it off because just starting. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna leave it
this
the way
one.
you left my chart.
Yeah, I kind of did yours like mine's. This one is more user friendly, beginner friendly, but I feel like it's a lot of information at one time. The reason I say that is because it's going to whatever time frame you're on. It's not live right now, so it's not going to look right here. How it tells it. This is why I like it. Right, you see this 1, 2 down, 2 up. That was a 2 down, but this is a full reversal. 1, 2, 2 is a bullish strap, rev strap reversal. Right.
Oh, okay. Then I would like that then if
Yeah,
it
that's why
says
I'm
the
saying it's
bullet.
user friendly where
Oh,
you start to identify with the patterns. And you could just oh um I'll just hop on a Zoom with you or something and I'll go like I'll help you fix this because like you can change the color.
yay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yo, Moody, what do we need to look up to be able to, because I can Google it so it doesn't like take more, but what do I need to look up to set that marker that you're gonna show her how to do?
Oh, I was just gonna go into like the settings right here.
Oh, okay.
Go into the settings and I was just gonna read everything. And change the colors of the candlestick and just read each one of these and identify like say like basically I was gonna play with them like all right, color 0, white. Okay, that's how see I already figured it out. Okay, so if I want them red, if I want all the candles, now I gotta figure out what 0 means. That's the only thing,
I
right?
got you.
Now,
And then
see,
what'd you do when it told you how the reversal bull strat? Is that a setting that's already on there, or when we're
yeah,
adding?
that's already on there. Every
Okay,
time
perfect.
Yeah, every time it does a reversal on whatever time frame, if it's not like how I was on a 15-minute or 5-minute, I didn't have anything, it's because there's no reversal there, right? Let me also turn off TC. That's another good thing that this one has is the fact that it has the full time frame continuity set up in here. You can set it up in your settings too and take off like the 30 or whatever, but you can set it up however you want. You can have the 1 minute all the way on here and things of that nature. But if there's not a strat real strat reversal or continuation is not going to pop up. It's not going to populate or tell you that that's what's going on. Right here, you would have missed the 2-2 reversal, so it's not going to mention it. But you can go to like the day and it's going to tell you exactly what's happening. 2-2-2.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah, Randy Jackson. Right.
This is a good way to kind of like help you learn what you're looking for and kind of what the candlesticks mean when you're able to see that too.
Yeah, exactly. Like this pattern, I really
Yeah, I think
like
I
this
need
pattern.
that too.
Huh?
Yeah, I said I think I'll put it back on because I had just deleted it. I had X'd it out because
Yeah, no, it's
it
really
had
helpful. It's really
had
helpful.
different colors. It had purple and everything, and
Yeah,
I like
but I'm
my
gonna tell you
stuff
right now,
green.
psychologically, this is better than what I'm using. Why? Because you see how you're like, oh, but it got all these different colors of the candles. Psychologically, you're just gonna trade what you see now. When you have red and green candles, that's why I like look. Oh well, let me turn these on, and I'm gonna just show you the visual so you can see. Imagine I'm trading this on a 1 minute or a 3 minute, right? Check out these candlesticks. They're all different colors, right? So I'm not going to be thinking of all bulls and bears. I'm going to be looking at these numbers. I'm going to be looking for my setups and only trading what I see now. And that's why I say that that's actually good and it's user friendly. Now, using just regular candlesticks, this is where people psychologically get messed up because they see green, 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 green. Now they see red and they're like, oh my God, it's not going to go back up. I'm losing my money because they're just trading colors now. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I can
So
have,
are you trading the colors or the numbers?
I can have strat candles, open levels, and strat assist at the same time.
Nah, you want to be using one of them. You want to use the strat open levels or you want to use the strat assist. I use the strat open levels for the simple fact that it gives me this. This is what I care about. The 60 daily, weekly. Oh, hold on, my seat turned off. And I that's just I end up putting an extra indicator, the time frame continuity on there, so I don't need it. So I'm using an extra one, but I like the open levels. That's what I
Okay,
care
so
about.
so where it says 60 and then it says D and all that stuff, that's on the line. Is that because that's where it ended at on that price, or what is it? What is that on that line?
This
Because I see a WM, a orange W,
is the
a
same thing that
blue.
you're reading on here. It's the same thing. D stands for day, W stands for week, M stands for month, Q stands for quarter, Y stands for yearly, 60 stands for hour, D stands for
Yep,
day.
but it's in different positions. Why? Why is that different
It is the
positions?
opening levels. It's the opening levels of those candlesticks.
Okay, okay.
So daily, right here, how you see this line, we opened up at this level today. That's just price action. We closed right here, but that's not going to tell you about your close. It's the opening level strategy. So I know that our candlesticks opened here. I know that to go bearish, we would have never bounced right here. We would have broke that. If we would have broke this price right now, like say on Tesla 903, like that's why I tell people look at price action. When people start saying, "Oh, this is a major level or major key," man, if that's not Tesla telling me that that's a major level or key, I'm just going to go to the chart, right? Because right now you got to know how you're trading. Are you trading daily, weekly, monthly? What type of trader you are? This right here signifies a bounce at weekly opening price, letting you know that the bulls are not ready to leave. The bears took you all the way down to a doji. Look, I'll take it to the weekly. That candle turned to a cross, just like this. It came all the way from this momentum. It went all the way down, scared everybody out they trade today. Then I don't know if it went down even further because I wasn't looking at Tesla, but it came all the way down to the weekly opening price, right? Go back to the day. And what happened once it did that? It bounced and came right back up. It passed its opening price. So this was a red candle going down just like this, and then it shot back up. So that's what that is. It's just the opening level, and it tells you a story, right? Depending on the type of trader you are and how you look at candlesticks. But yeah, that's what let me just delete Tesla so I can recharge it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, ain't no problem. Because I know that whoever asks about Tesla, they're like, hey man, keep answering the questions, but can you chart? Oh,
It's cool. We're a team.
absolutely. All right, 928.65, 903, 45. Tesla moves though. Hold on, let me look at the week. Are we exhausted? No, we're not exhausted. Weekly target is right here. I'll take this opening level 378. Yeah, because Tesla could run. Oh yeah, Tesla do that. Dang, I really want to take this magnitude. I'll just take it. No, it's not doing that. Moody. All right, cool. Not right now. 10-day. Yeah, we definitely gonna go take target out. All right, so daily we got our range. I kind of like that range for entries. Hold on. And since I know I'm going to a smaller time frame, I just want to hurry up and take like these targets so I don't got to worry about them. Like, boom, that's the target. That's the target. And then this is the target. I'll take that target and I'll find some more in there. And that's where I'll find the rest of my story on a smaller time frame. That's all the daily is going to tell me right now. And that's still a good range for Tesla, right? The reason I say that is because you see when Tesla picks a direction right here at, let me see, I'm gonna look at the low and the highs from here at, oh, that was a psychological flat number, 885 flat. As soon as we broke that, that took us all the way down to hold on, did I do that right? Yeah, sorry, 878 80, right? Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, that's a low. That went up though. Oh no, I'm not. What? Bro, I need to go to sleep. Oh my gosh. Nobody caught that though. Hopefully, this is being recorded though. So from a low, of 885, it took you all the way down to 878 psychological flat numbers, right? So that's something to keep in mind, right? And even right there. So I kind of lost my train of thought what I was saying, so I'm kind of just trying to speed it up. But long story short, let me see. 3 hours. Now what I'm doing is I like my call and my put entry to see if I'm going to utilize the daily call and put entry. But if I'm going to utilize that, I do understand that that is going to be yesterday's high and yesterday's low. So I know that it can reject, right? So now that I know that, let's see. I could automatically, but Tesla's likes to move. I'm gonna just draw it because I don't want to move it. I could put that for a low. I mean, not a low, but a put entry. But we're gonna check it out as we go to a smaller time frame. I like the setup. I'm bull flagging, and I still like the setup to go up. RSI moving nicely. We got a nice uptrend. Full time frame continuity as we keep moving to the smaller time frames. Reason why you see this candle blue inside of here. I still like the setup. All setups that I'm seeing are reversals and continuations going from a bigger time frame to the smaller ones. 30-minute. Now that I'm on a 30-minute, I'm going to be looking to fix this put. The call entry I like. I'm gonna keep the call entry. And I can find other targets on the way up. I really like this put entry right here. And as you see, it's just the lines ain't going all the way across. But look, you see how these lines, how I'm utilizing them psychologically without even knowing, because they're there, but I'm just going off of the candlesticks, right? These lines, look at how they're crossing. These are levels, right? It's like it goes from this level to that level, from this level to that level. So with me seeing that here, I'm like, okay, cool. I like this put entry better than this one. Why? Because remember what I just said. It'll come down to this weekly. And if the bulls want to stay in, they're going to respect this weekly and monthly and not let it go red, right? And it could go red, but they're going to make sure it bounces and go back up. And then their next stop will be back here, right? But that'll still keep their daily red, right? Because they'll be under wherever they opened up at. So that's what I keep in mind. And so I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? I like this as my put entry, but I gotta fix this because it's going in between this candle. This automatically gets turned red. And this is why I love the strap, because I don't gotta erase certain things. I can just be like, okay, so that's a target, right? That's a target. And that's my entry, right? And that's my entry for my calls. And Tesla likes to move, right? So anybody seeing this, right, and who I'm charting it up for, remember that I moved it here, right? And this was the other one, but also you can use this one as a put entry. 910, I wouldn't want to use 903 as a put entry. I'd rather use it as a target, but I would use this one, even though I'm creating a target for it, as a put entry. Look at the candlesticks. If it doesn't hold, it goes under and it's going to come visit this line, right? This is all like support and resistance at the end of the day, but I'm utilizing a strat. And in the strat, we don't talk about support and resistance. We talk about targets. But as people start to learn this and I start seeing like, oh, you really get the strat? Now I'm going to start talking to you about candles and support and resistance. And you're going to be like, oh my God, the strat is all of these strategies put in one, literally. So long story short, you could utilize that as your put, right? I'm going to utilize this one and leave that as a target, right? And you can come out and just go ahead and grab you some more targets. Like I'll take that one. I don't need that one because it's basically with that one. I'll take that one as well. So I know I need some more targets on the way down here to guide me down my trade, right? Now that I'm doing that, and I know I got my put entry, I'm going to find my put entry even cleaner. I want it snipery. You see it? I want it super snipery. I don't want all of this consolidation. So now we're going to move put entry. This is so fire to teach. Right here.
So let me ask, why are you picking the zones that you're picking? Like, because I see on some of the candles you're plotting like the top of the candle, the top of the wick. Some of the other ones you're plotting from the bottom of the wick. Like, what's like what is making you pick those different areas?
You got to be specific which areas. Like if you're talking about like this area and stuff like that, that's because it's a target. That's the bottom is a pivot low. That's the bottom of a wick. And I know that like, if you look at these candles, like just watch this. I'm gonna try to take it away from anything that I'm drawing so you can catch it. All right, so look at this candle. This candle opens up, pushes up, breaks this high. This candle doesn't break the low, pushes up, breaks this high. This candle stays inside. This candle breaks this low. Every time I'm saying break a low, notice that it's taking out the bottom of the wicks and then comes back. You see the close of this, it took the target out, came down, took this target out. Once it did its move, it's just people, you have to be disciplined on, hey, it hit my TP, take profits. You know what I'm saying? And it gets better when you have more contracts because now you can be a little more risky, right? Or make more money. But once it hits your target, you're supposed to take profits. Look how that candle took out this target, took out that target, and then it closed on price action. That close, look right here. That close is 912.84. Now look at this candle, but look at the low. 912.72. 912.84. You feel me? And then look at the opening of this one. 912.98. It's just price action is where they're going to stop. But as you see, what I was going to try to explain to you is that normally there's only three things that can happen in the market. It's either going to stay inside of the previous candle, or it's going to break the high of the previous candle, or it's going to break the high and the low, like these three bars. It breaks the high and the low, right? But it's going to pick a direction. And once it picks a direction, you look to the left. Like, look at this candle. Once it broke this, it was a 1 at one time because it was in here, right? It didn't go to the low of it. Soon it broke that low, that it went 1 cent under, it turned to a 2 bar. Once it went to a 2 bar, your job is to look over here. Watch this. 1 target, 2 target, 3 target, 4 target. They didn't take out that target, right? So let's go ahead and delete that and look at how easy you would have stood inside your trade. Soon as your entry would have been right here. Look, let me draw your entry. I'm gonna make it a different color since we got white. Make it yellow. That would have been your entry at 909.15. Your first target would have been at 908.42. boom, took that target out. Then I'm talking about just this one candle on a 10-minute. Boom, took that one out, took that one out, took this one out. This one took out another target too, but it was on a smaller time frame. Make sense?
It does. Thank you.
Okay, cool. And to
Yeah.
answer your question, I don't know if it was, let me delete these because I'm gonna get confused.
Moody, you remember,
Hold on real quick.
you
'Cause
got 10 minutes.
hold on real quick because my train of thought is gonna get thrown off because I'm trying to answer her question. Because then I'm gonna just remember your question. So when you were asking me about why I'm choosing certain things, now when it came to the white lines, I was choosing them for sniper entries. I understand if we break these highs, right? Because we came and tested it. That's 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap, right? Triple top bearish come down. We're ready to go ahead and break out. Normally, I don't know, but the candlesticks would tell me as soon as the market opens. But I do know if I take out this high right here, I'm coming for these highs. I'm not even gonna try to take these because I got this one. I'd rather find smaller candles up here to take me out the trade, right? But and let me see, what's this high? 929.41. We're entering, that's only $1 some change on Tesla. Nah, I want you to make more. But long story short, that's why I'm choosing that entry, because I know that for a fact, if I choose this entry, we're going to get 935. And if we don't, we're going to get anywhere in between 931. My entry is going to leave you in profits. Also, my put entry is going to leave you in profits. As you see, my put entry was really starting from down here and then down here and then the daily, right? And I chose to move it up here because I see the levels. If you see all this consolidation, if we break this, even if it's volatile, it's going to give you profit. You know what I'm saying? If we break to the upside, it'll do the same thing as well. Hopefully I explained myself pretty well with that one. I know somebody else had another question. I'm gonna stay on here for a couple of, for a little bit
I
longer.
just reminded you about the time.
What happened with the time?
I was reminding you about the time, so that I guess Jordan's having his at 7.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that because I'm literally I was just trying to finish up charging Tesla. Hold on, let me finish. Took it to the hour. I'll take the rest of these. Yeah, Jordan's about to jump on it and hit y'all with some info. All right, I'll take all of those. Those are those targets. And then we need some, Moody, they need call targets. All right, cool. Dang. I'm trying to hurry up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It'd be taking forever to find some targets sometimes on a 1 minute or 5 minute. And 1 minute takes forever. There we go. All right. So my call is 128, right? I don't know what this 135 is. That's a target. Got you. So I need anything over 135. There we go. All right, let me start seeing what these look like. PMZ to the upside, 135. What's this? 139. That's just a guide. You don't have to take profits there, but it's a take profit zone. There we go. 131, 945. That's a good one. And then they got a nice little gap right here. So take that one. Let's let you know that that's a gap. Right there. I like those. And then come on, Moody, hurry up, hurry up. Give me some candles. Right here. There we go. PMG, baby. How far is that? That was 195. Oh, yep. Take that one. And take this one. And when we have 45, so 47 is a good one as well. Yeah, that's right after the gap fill. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna take it to the front and y'all can take a picture of this. Let me move this real quick. And the person that asked me to chart Tesla, remember that this 1010, was it 1010? I could have sworn it was like 109. Know that you can also use like your daily opening. I mean, your daily opening of yesterday's, not the low of yesterday's, but the daily opening of the candle. You can use that as your put as well, right? So just keep that in mind. And if they disrespect my chart in the morning, what I mean by that is like, say if the candlesticks are under my puts or under my calls, you could just tag me and I'll fix it for you. But normally 9 times out of 10, I kind of chart pretty dope that if it's over it, it'll come back and test it and you can take it back up or do the same thing right here and it'll respect it. But yep, that's about it. I appreciate everybody for joining. Oh, sorry, hold on, I'm on a 5-minute time frame. Let me take it over here so it could look a little more nicer for you and you can get the rest of all these targets to the bottom. There you go. Put it on the daily. There we go. And anybody that, ooh, you have more targets up here. Anybody that takes a picture of this, right? Just know that you just got to remember the numbers right here. And that's what you chart on your chart. And those will be your levels. You can chart them like on my candlesticks, or you could just make how I do it, or you could just make horizontal lines. But thank you everybody for joining. This was recorded, so I'll have this posted up here in I wouldn't say a couple of minutes, but give me about an hour or so and I'll have this posted. Everybody continue to have a blessed day. Peace
Thank
out.
you, Moody. Have a blessed day.
You're welcome.